Learn about listening. What body part do we use to listen? Our ears?
Yeah.
And what do we do when we listen? What do we have to do to listen? Yeah, we have to be quiet. And we have to listen to the sounds that's being said. Why is it important to listen? Why do you think it's important? You don't know? Okay, we're going to learn why it's important to listen. Why it's important to listen with our ears. And we're going to read a book called Howard B. Wigglebottom Learns to Listen. Have any of you read this book before?
I have.
You have? Is it a fun one? Okay, we're going to read it. And when we're reading this story, you have to really listen with your ears to see what... We're going to see how Howard learns to listen. Okay? So you're going to have to listen with your ears to see what he learns and why it's important to listen. Can you see, Lando?
It's not
Okay,
recording.
come down here. Can you see? Meet Howard B. Wigglebottom. Howard is always in trouble at school because, well, Howard just doesn't listen. He doesn't listen, so he gets in trouble at school. During story time, instead of quietly listening, Howard bounces around the room. His teachers, Howard B. Wigglebottom, please sit down and be quiet and listen. But Howard doesn't listen. Howard B. Wigglebottom, you are bouncing too close to the fan. But Howard doesn't listen. What happened? Yeah, he got his ears twisted up. And why did his ears get twisted up?
Because he was playing.
Yeah, he wasn't listening. They said, don't do that. And he got his ears twisted up because he didn't listen. At lunchtime, his friends tried to warn him. Hey, Howard, watch your step. What was there?
A banana peel.
But Howard doesn't listen. What happened?
He fell.
He fell. And how come he fell?
Because he stepped on that banana peel.
Yeah, and he didn't listen to his friends. If he would have listened.
Keep going. Hey, I'm recording it on this.
After lunch, Howard's friend tries to tell him something important. Blah, 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 blah. He wasn't listening. But Howard doesn't listen. What happened to his friend? Did you see what happened? What happened?
Her jaws got snapped up.
Yep, like he was playing with a yo-yo right here with the string. And he wasn't listening and it wrapped around her snout. Because he didn't listen. Keep your eye on the ball, Howard. On the playground, Howard's teammates try to help him. Boink. But Howard doesn't listen. What happened?
He got a spike hit.
Yeah, it hit him in the eye and it hurt him because he didn't listen.
He fell.
Yeah. In the art room, the teacher reminds the class, kids, try to keep the paint on your paper. But Howard doesn't listen. So that teacher asks him to take a timeout. Are you okay? It's okay, come sit on my lap. What happened?
Paint got all over his friend.
Yeah. He feels sad because he hasn't been listening. Howard does not like being alone and in trouble. He thinks and he thinks about his day. Howard makes up his mind from that moment on. He will try very hard to be the best listener he can be. Do you want to come sit on my lap? Okay. He's thinking about all the times he didn't listen that day. And you need to sit in your chair, okay, Kyla? Thank you. The next day, Howard does listen during story time. He waits for his turn to talk and then asks a question about the story. Howard gets a big star because Howard is really listening. See what happens? Kyla, keep the chair standing straight. While walking home, Howard uses both his eyes and ears to help stay safe. Howard is really listening. Stay sitting. When Howard gets home, he listens to his mother. Please hang up your backpack and clean up your room now. How many of your moms have said that? Did your mom tell you to clean your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom have
Yeah. Okay, Mom, what did he do?
cleaned his
He cleaned his room. Did that make his mom happy? Howard is really listening.
My room is always clean.
That's good, because you listen, huh?
My
So Howard gets extra time to play and have fun. Awesome ears, Howard. Howard B. Wigglebottom is really listening. Time for a bedtime story. Please brush your teeth, Howard. So he goes and he brushes his teeth. And look, he looks happy because he's listening. Almost all of the time. Almost all of the time. So why was it important for Henry B. Wigglebottom to listen?
It's important.
What happened when he didn't listen?
He went to timeout.
He went to timeout. What happened to his ears when he was bouncing around? Do you remember?
They got tangled.
They got tangled up. So that's why we need to use our ears to listen so that we can follow directions, okay? And we're gonna play a game. Can you two come down here? We're gonna play a game, okay?
I love games.
You love games?
Me
Okay.
too.
But this game, you have to use your listening ears and you're gonna have to listen to what I say. Because if you don't, you're gonna get out and you can't play the game, okay? So I'm gonna tell you to do something and using your listening skills, you're gonna have to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna say something and you have to do it. Everyone stand up. Very good, you used your listening skills. Everybody, anytime you sit down, everybody jump up and down. Good job, jump up and down. Good job. Okay, everybody touch your nose. Touch your nose. Everybody touch your nose. Everybody touch your ears. Everybody give yourself a pat on the back. Everybody touch your eyes. Everybody turn around in a circle. Everybody wave hello. Very good. You guys are listening so well. We're gonna play and we're gonna add a little bit more to the game now because you're doing so good. Now you're really gonna have to pay attention because we're gonna play Simon Says. Have anybody of you played that game before?
I know.
You've played that game, so Trey can help us.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to. Landon, are you listening? Okay, you're gonna have to pay close attention. When I say Simon Says, then you do it. You do the action. But if I don't say Simon Says, then you don't do it or you're out. So if I say Simon Says touch your nose, you're gonna touch your nose. But if I say just touch your nose, you don't touch your nose or else you're out. Because you didn't listen. You have to wait to hear Simon Says. Okay? Okay, ready? Simon Says stand up. Simon Says turn around. Simon Says clap your hands. Simon Says pull your ears. Simon Says touch your chin. Touch your chin. That's your cheek. Your chin. Yep, chin. Simon Says poke your belly. Touch your nose. Did I say Simon Says? No, you gotta use your listening ears. Be careful. Okay, touch your ears. I didn't say Simon Says. touch your shoulders. Your shoulders. Where are your shoulders? These are your shoulders. Good job. Your shoulders are right here. Okay, Simon says, touch your knees. Touch your feet. Did I say Simon says? No. You gotta use your listening ears. What do you do when I say Simon says? You do the action, but if I don't say Simon says, you don't do the action. Simon says, touch your eyes. Touch your chin. Uh-oh. Okay. Simon says, pat your head. Simon says, put your hands on your waist. Touch your ears. Very good listening, Trey. You didn't touch your ears. Simon says, sit down. Stand up. Did I say Simon says? No. Then we have to say sitting down. Simon says, touch your eyes. Kyla, Simon says touch your eyes. Kyla, come here. It's okay, Mommy's gonna sit there. Simon says, stand up. Stand up. Stand up, Lenny. Stand up.
You know what? Trey's doing so good. Why didn't we let him say Simon says?
Kyla. Come here, sweetheart. So why is it important that we listen? Because why? It's important. How do we listen? What do we use to listen? Our ears. And when we listen, we can follow directions. Okay, good job, guys.
Yeah, it's 12 minutes, 27 seconds.